Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is part 2 to my series covering all the drama surrounding Gabriel Zamora, Manny Mua, Laura Lee, Nikita Dragon, and Jeffree Star. Before we get into the video, I just want to address the fact that I realize I am usually last to upload videos covering current drama in the beauty community. However, my position has and will always be quality over quantity. I would rather be thorough in my presentation in order to provide you with the most accurate information so that you can form your own opinions on the topic at hand, than rush for the sake of being first to get a video up. If I lose views, I'm okay with that. I want to be proud of my videos and I want you guys to know that you can trust the information I'm providing. Part 1 of this series was simply laying the groundwork, so with that said, let's get into part 2. In part 1, I went through all of Gabby's tweets with respect to his rant regarding Jeffree Star. Now, while the content of his rant may have been him speaking his truth, I think his point was overshadowed by the hypocrisy of his tweets once his past came back to bite him in the ass. My interpretation of Gabby's rant was that he was implying that Jeffree is, or at least was, still using racist terms during the course of their friendship, which ended in 2017. Enter Arnell Armand, a fellow beauty influencer who came to Gabby's defense and further strengthened his position by saying he, referring to Jeffree, still uses the word to this day. Now, some of the issues people had with respect to Arnell stepping in to defend her friend was obviously 1, the hypocrisy of her defense being that Gabby was young and ignorant at the time of his tweets, being 6 years ago, yet Jeffree's racism dates back 10 years, and 2, the fact that her point being that Jeffree is still allegedly racist could not be validated with receipts. While Gabby and Arnell may be telling the truth, neither of them provided receipts, leaving them both without a leg to stand on. What I will say is that I think it was admirable of Arnell to step in and defend her friend, knowing the amount of backlash she'd receive as a result. Now, to add on here, and I'll probably get heat for this, but this is something that will likely surface very soon. There is an influencer among us who allegedly met with Jeffree as recent as 3 weeks ago for a potential business opportunity. This influencer has gone and told separate groups of influencers that Jeffree used the N-word several times during their meeting. Now, either this influencer is lying to the other influencers about what Jeffree allegedly said, or they're going behind Jeffree's back and talking shit on him. Only Jeffree and this influencer know the truth, but regardless, despite this influencer presenting themselves as publicly woke, they apparently did not say anything while Jeffree allegedly used derogatory terms in their presence. That's all I'm gonna say on that. As I indicated, given the number of people this influencer told, it is only a matter of time before this story comes out to play, so consider this your preview. Anyway, let's discuss Gabby's response to his racist tweets resurfacing. Obviously, people took issue with the fact that he was calling out Jeffree for being racist when he had also used a derogatory term in the past. I saw a lot of people calling Gabby a hypocrite for this, but again, I think what was overlooked was the fact that Gabby was implying that Jeffree still uses these terms, whereas he has gone on to learn from his past mistakes. Another thing people pointed out was that in his apology, where he provided more context to his past tweets, he said he was young and no one had explained the meaning or use of that word to him until that day, referring to the day the photo was posted to Instagram. At the time of the post, he was 19 or 20 years old, and I think people are finding it hard to believe that he wouldn't know better at that age. He also went on to explain that the context in which he used the word was the same as it's used in songs and videos, and that there was no malicious intent behind it. Now, this can be seen as hypocritical because in Shane Dawson's series, The Truth About Jeffree Star, Jeffree indicates that his reference to throwing battery acid in someone's face in order to lighten their skin tone was done as part of a skit and also not done maliciously. Here's the clip.
Well, maybe if she wasn't wearing the wrong foundation color, I wouldn't have to splash no battery acid. I wanted to lighten her skin tone, girl.
Okay.
Throw battery acid to
lighten your skin.
Got it.
We're saying this as the sick, stupid skit we filmed. And now, 13 years later, it has morphed into Jeffree tells women of color that they need to lighten their skin tone and he's gonna throw acid on every girl.
He also went on to say that while he did use the N-word in retaliation to people yelling obscenities at him 13 years ago, the people in which he was clapping back at were Caucasian, so while the word he used was racist, Jeffree's defense is that he wasn't saying it to a person of color, so it too wasn't used in a derogatory manner. Here's the clip.
There is a second video that I've never really talked about.
Okay.
So the same drag queen that filmed this footage, and this is from 13 now, this is 13 years ago I think, I was 19, and we are on the streets of Miami on the boardwalk, and there is a bunch of chicks screaming, "You fucking freak," at me, so I turn around and I say some really vicious stuff back.
Shut up, you fucking bitch!
Now, what I've never said before, because I feel like if you try to defend something like racism or saying something really awful, it just doesn't ever work out.
Yeah.
But if you go and find the footage, the people I'm screaming at are Caucasian. Yeah, what I said was racist,
Yeah.
but I wasn't saying it to a person of color. I was saying a horrible, offensive word to cut back at someone calling me something awful.
Right.
So it's not about race, it's not about any of that. It was just about being an offensive, attention-seeking, angry person.
So that's where people thought Gabby may have been hypocritical in his explanation for his use of the word. I also discussed Gabby referring to a commenter as a rat in part 1, which is another thing Jeffree's come under fire for in the past. As you can see, although the content of Gabby's rant may in fact be his truth and his experience with Jeffree, without receipts showing that this is still very much a current issue, unfortunately it just looks like a bunch of hypocrisy on the surface, which was only made worse when Laura and Nikita's past tweets started to resurface. Now, something else I wanted to address is that there's a video going around taken from Gabby's Snapchat where people are saying he's heard saying the N-word. I've listened to this clip over and over and I hear him say nugget, not the N-word. Here's the clip.
Person that I know that doesn't like doesn't bathe. No, that doesn't like bathtubs. Like I don't take baths, but I might have to use that little nugget right there. But yeah, and then there's this. This is the counter, you guys.
My interpretation of the clip is that he was saying I may have to use that little nugget right there. It doesn't even make sense that he would be using the N-word in reference to a faucet. I could, however, see him referring to it as a nugget, which is a word I've heard him say many times in the past. He also speaks really fast, and judging by the two face products laid out on the counter, it appears he was on a brand trip at the time. So I highly doubt he's snapping saying the N-word. Moving on, this is where shit really hits the fan. Someone dug up old tweets of Laura Lee's, also from 2012. The first of which reads as follows. Tip for all black people, if you pull your pants up, you can run from the police faster. # you're welcome. This tweet is obviously horrible, but what makes it even worse is the fact that it was done right around the time of the Trayvon Martin shooting, in which police brutality against people of color was at an all-time high. So the intent of this tweet looks incredibly malicious. Next we have at Roger the Alien, once you go Asian, you'll never miss an equation, in which she tags her husband. Then we have Rob Kardashian is fat, a skinny guy with a six-pack is like a fat chick with tits, it doesn't count. And finally, for the first round of leaked tweets, we have careful girls, fat guys just want to get in your pantries. Now, there were more tweets which surfaced later on, but I want to stay in chronological order of events, so bear with me here. On Monday, as we know, Laura deactivated and completely wiped her Twitter account. As you can see from Social Blade, which also shows Twitter stats, she was down 32,319 tweets, representing the number of tweets that were deleted. She likely used an app to mass delete. You'll also notice her follower count at minus 468,414, which is what happens when you deactivate. Once you reactivate, your followers are slowly added back to your account. As you can see, the following day, her followers were at plus 468,956. You can also see on her YouTube Social Blade account that she lost 10,802 subscribers on Monday. Manny actually started dropping YouTube subscribers on Sunday for some reason. He was down 929 on Sunday and 10,336 on Monday. According to his Social Blade for Twitter, he deleted 55 tweets on Monday and 13 tweets on Tuesday. Gabby also started dropping YouTube subscribers on Sunday. He was down 452, and on Monday he was down 2,560. According to his Social Blade for Twitter, he deleted 59 tweets on Monday and 34 tweets on Tuesday. Nikita, on the other hand, was still gaining subscribers on Sunday and Monday, but as you can see under video views, she was in the negative 439,040, meaning she obviously deleted a video or two, which is interesting. According to her Social Blade for Twitter, she deleted 38 tweets on Monday and 1,084 tweets on Tuesday, and by the way, I'm obviously not saying that all of these deleted tweets were racist. Moving on Monday morning, Jeffree tweeted a slew of teacup emojis, followed by retweeting someone's tweet of screenshots of Laura and Gabby's past racist tweets with the following caption. Laura Lee and Gabriel Zamora are so fucking hypocrite. Jeffree Star can't relate. Interestingly, Patrick Star liked this tweet, which then prompted Jeffree to follow him on Twitter. Jeffree then deleted the teacup emoji tweet and wrote, "Good morning everyone, what are you all sipping on?" He then retweeted this article article by Clever TV covering Laura deleting her Twitter, which he also quickly deleted. He followed his tweets with this snap.
I love karma.
Jeffree then tweeted, "There's nothing more I dislike on this planet than a hypocrite." Brooke replied saying, "Why is Laura Lee's account deleted?" referring to her Twitter account. Jeffree responds back to Brooke saying, "Because instead of addressing her past mistakes and apologizing for them, she's choosing to hide. Can't relate." Later in the day he wrote, "The truth always comes out. There's still so much more to be revealed. Remember, 2018 still has 4 months left." He followed that tweet with this snap.
I know most of you have watched my series with Shane, so you know what I do at the office now, and girl, it has been a long day. We have so many new accessories coming out, so many new products. We have, of course, the Liquid Frost Highlighter coming on August 24th with a bunch of really cool and fun new stuff, and merch and restocks, and girl, it ain't slowing down around here. And I just want to give a quick shout out to life, to God, to energy, to everything that removed all of the negative pieces of shit from my life last year. Every day I say thank you so much. I am doing great. Life is fucking amazing. So I'm just over here sipping my tea, living my motherfucking life, and loving every second of it. So for everyone that has been checking on me, girl, I'm doing just fine. My crown hurts though. I've been getting asked a lot, are you ever going to tell your side of the story? I don't even think I have to. I think everything will come out eventually on its own this year. There's still 4 months left. 2018 has been a fucking journey, girl. So, I'm bored.
He then tweeted, "These bitches are my sons, go sit on the potty." Meanwhile, old tweets of Nikita's, also from 2012, began to surface. The first of which reads, "We've all met a child that makes us realize child abuse began for a reason." Followed by, "I'm not saying your child is ugly, I'm saying you will never have to worry about pedophiles." Next we have, "When you're so tan, you look black." Next, "My Chinese friend died last week, so young." Next, "No matter how amazing you are at something, there will always be a 9-year-old Asian kid who is better. And you know she's from China when her name is Deng Ling Ling." Now here are all the apologies and or statements from all 3 influencers. Here's Laura's. "I want to deeply apologize for the comments of mine that recently surfaced from 6 years ago. The insensitive retweet and tweets I made are inexcusable, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart to anyone affected by them. I deactivated my Twitter last night because I was mad at myself for the ignorant tweets I made back in 2012. That girl who tweeted that isn't who I am today. I now understand the seriousness behind those tweets. As a small town girl from Alabama, I wish I had the cultural education 6 years ago that I have now. Those tweets aren't humorous in any way to me today, and I am truly sorry to anyone I have hurt and offended. I feel so disgusted about this, and I want you to know from the bottom of my heart I am incredibly grateful for this community. Social media has taught me so much about the injustice, bullying, and inequality people face daily. I'm at a place of more understanding now, but there's always room for me to learn and grow. I'm thankful for my subscribers, this community, and my husband who all continue to help me on that journey. With this all in mind, I want to make sure that I am not only apologizing for my words, but following up with action. I want to make sure ignorance like this is being left in the past, not just for me, but for everyone. With that, I will be focusing on getting involved with foundations that focus on educating the importance of equality and social justice. These quote-unquote jokes relate to awful realities so many people face, and I want to work with organizations focusing on changing that. I have a few in mind, but if you all have any to recommend, I am all ears and would love to hear what organizations you all love and support. Personally, I will continue to work on myself. I am not perfect, but I know I am better than this. I am holding myself and my actions accountable to use this as a learning moment. I sincerely apologize to you all and hope that with time I am able to earn your respect back. Laura. Next we have Gabby's, which is super long, so I'm gonna ask that you pause the video in order to read. Manny quote tweeted Gabby's apology apology and said, "Thank you, Gabby, for speaking up. We took that photo with the intent of recreating Kylie's 21st birthday pic with her sisters. The reason I liked it was because it was a photo of us four being silly the night before. I didn't read the caption as I had been running around. Once I was notified about the caption from you all, I removed my like and asked Gabby to take it down as the photo was supposed to be a fun recreation and nothing more." Next, we have Nikita's first statement.
Hi dragons, I'm finally back home. I mean, it was a very, very long day of traveling yesterday, from Amsterdam all the way to LA, and I'm just finally back home, and honestly, there's no place I'd rather be, and I'm just so happy to be home right now. Ooh, girl, but even with all that traveling, with them losing my bag on the way back here, and the jet lag, and everything else, there's still some things I gotta say. I just wanted to say that I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago, 6 years ago. I mean, even at that time, I was like 15 as a boy in Virginia. And I know I have said some very insensitive things, especially when I was younger. I take full responsibility, but I know I'm constantly changing as a person and evolving. I've literally changed from that 15-year-old boy in middle school, trying desperately to fit in and trying desperately to find who I was as a person. I mean, I've changed physically. I mean, girl, I have a whole new motherfucking face than I did. I've changed emotionally as a person, and my whole being is changed after transitioning into female and going through this whole process these past 3 years. I mean, it's just like, I am not the same person. Even with all these fake tweets and accusations and whatever else, I just wanted to say that I know who I am as a person at the end of the day, and I just wanted to express my absolute love and gratitude to my dragons, to anyone who supports me, to my followers, because without you guys, I would never have gotten to this point, and I would have never found the courage to really become who I truly am. And I just wanted to say I love you guys so much, and that's all.
After receiving backlash due to this questionable apology, she went on to tweet the following: "I apologize and feel disappointed in myself. I know I'm better than those old tweets from when I was 15. I hope you can see I'm literally a changed person, growing and changing every day to be a good role model for my loving followers." I definitely want to discuss all of their statements in depth, but I'll save that and the additional potentially fake Laura Lee tweets for part 3. But allow me to share a few current bones. As of today being August 15th, Gabby has since unfollowed Manny on Twitter and Instagram. He is, however, still following Laura and Nikita. Gabby has also gone on to publicly apologize to Jeffree Star, but was he actually apologizing or was he just shading Manny? Jeffree has since tweeted a link to a drama channel leading to a YouTube video exposing Manny's brother Nick for past racist tweets. Jeffree deleted this tweet almost as soon as he put it up, but the fact that he deliberately tweeted the link to a drama channel, obviously with the intent to have it blasted out in videos to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, in my opinion, takes this drama to a whole new level. Now, I've made inquiries to find out what it was that prompted Gabby to unfollow Manny. Hopefully, I'll hear back from my source, as I'd obviously rather not speculate on the matter, but as it stands right now, it appears that things are only getting worse. Also, interestingly, Jeffree Star's largest fan accounts on Instagram have been removed. Jeffree Star updates and Jeffree Tracker are gone. However, Jeffree Tracker has started a new account. I know Jeffree Tracker's backup account, Jeffree's Weed, has also been removed. I don't know if they violated Instagram's terms of service or maybe Jeffree had them removed. I have no idea, but I am looking into it. Also, Manny posted a photo last night on Instagram of him holding hands with his date. Now, I don't know which arm is Manny's, but it looks like a hospital bracelet is on one of their arms. This is also something I'm looking into, but that's it for part 2, you guys. There's a lot more to come. I'm doing my best to get these videos out as soon as I can, in keeping with my usual quality, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on these apologies. Are they enough? If not, what did you expect to hear and where do you think they went wrong? I'm also curious to hear whether you think they can recover from this mess. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at HereForTheT2, and I'll talk to you again soon in part 3. Bye!